let's see where we left off. The last time. I have actually no idea where we actually stopped the last time. Yeah. Lowered a little bit because the music in this game is insanely loud. So yeah, I have to play around with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's quite brutal. Even I tried to make it a bit okay, but damn, still quite a lot. Alright, where did we stop? Where did we stop? Oh yeah, this motherfucker. Damn, this shit's loud as fuck. Jesus. Let me turn it down a little bit. Alright. Yeah, the music is it's quite loud. Because this game doesn't have any sliders to turn the music volume up, down. I know of it. What were we doing? Yeah, I think the last time we did was probably something to do with this guy over here. He was going to be, I don't know, is it fake? Or just disguised as a fake? So, yeah, we have to see what's going on with this person. Alright, history. Yeah, we are supposed to logic investigation. Okay, alright, good. Let's get into it. Alright, let's do it. Alright, good. Hope the sound, the music, everything is fine. Hope you guys can still hear me. Saw the dubious looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously. What catches the eye in the first place? The scissors? No, it's shears. Wait, what? It's not scissors, it's shears. I mean, I guess, you know... I mean, there are different kinds of scissors, okay? I know, I understand. I heard the word shears as well. It's just, you know, it's not really the first word that comes to mind. Let's see, you know, that big of I guess pair of scissors into the shears now, but you know what I mean, right? That's the most basic term ever. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement? The answer is, of course, Zangrite. Zanger's interface, yes. It is trim the beard down and not gonna look like that, right? You were on the verge of using the shears to cut away the copious beard. Sport! I'm not sure. Would you really use shears like that to cut off a beard? I mean, you gotta try to make yourself at least look a bit different than you already look like, right? If you don't want to be recognized. But that's something I'll ever have to worry about. It doesn't quite sit right with me though. It doesn't seem to be sitting right with Mr. Roylott either. Which means, I suppose, the deduction is wrong. I tried to switch the keyword here, Naruhodo-san, and see if it helps matters. Alright, but how? I think we should start by taking a long, hard look at Mr. Roylott. Wonder if it's really his beard that he intended to use those shears. Exactly. If we do manage to find something that seems to fit the sense of Mr. Sholmes, okay, yes, definitely it's not Sherlock Holmes, definitely not. Or if Mr. Sholmes' deduction better, then what? Then I leave the rest in your capable hands, Naruhodo-san. Why am I the one to do something about this? Well, anyway, let's see if there's anything we could even use to switch around in that last sentence. What exactly was Mr. Roylott we're going to use those enormous shears for? buttons, really? Weird. Thick head. A very thick head, isn't it? Yes. Looks like it's made of wool, but is it really though that thick? Ah, that's a secret you see not all the time, don't you know? Secret? What's the secret about it? I mean, it's a thick head, okay? You wear a head like this if it's cold. Well, before we left Japan, I took some time to study various foreign countries. Russia's a land of unimaginable cold. And a thick head is a secret to keep him warm. Another one I read, your brain would freeze. I don't think your brain would freeze, more like your head would freeze in, so I mean, I guess. Yeah, one or the other. This is one of many fascinating snippets of information in Oh Mother Not Russia. Okay. I think maybe you picked the wrong book here. Book there. Maybe she did. Wait, what? Golden Lock. Wait, what? Golden Locks? Wait a minute. What the fuck? It looks like a cascade of stunning golden locks. No, no, no. Because that's not the point. The point is, what is it doing? What's it doing on the back of Mr. Roylot's head? How is it growing out of the underneath his thick black hair? Well, yes, that's true. Stunning, beautiful, and stunning, surprising. Everything's definitely not right here. Then, while are we waiting? What are we waiting? What are we waiting for? Yes, what the fuck are we waiting for? Suspicious, aren't we? Are you looking at the buttons on the scout? Could it be that Mr. Roylott was trying to cut these off? Oh, why? Well, when you're wearing thick gloves, it can be very hard to undo buttons. I mean, then just take off your gloves, right? Yeah. Ah, so he was going to use the scissors to cut his gloves off there. Why would you cut off your gloves? Come on, man. I will take a deep breath and look at this from a fresh perspective, not over the sun. Yes. Please. Oh. There's no fucking way. Big head? No. It really is a very full beard, isn't it? Yes, although according to Mr. Sholmes, Dora was about to cut it off. Still, it looks nothing like the man pictured in the newspaper article. A very massive revolutionary villain, Bolshevik. But if he wasn't going to cut off his beard, presumably he was going to cut something else off. Yes. Yes, we need to look at this fresh president and try to work from that. Oh, I'm a fucking idiot, bro. What the fuck? That's not what I want to click on. I was just looking at it and just pressed Y. So, okay, let's press Y. Now you've vowed to cut off your facial hair to show how you intended to face. No! Yes, we want to beard the face of a true romantic. Now I want to cut off the hair. I'm concentrating. I don't know exactly what I did. Yes. Yes, I did the wrong thing here. So, well, I do understand, as inimitable as I am. People do like to try, but you won't make a great detective like that. Not even a great detective's assistant. In assistant's assistant, then? Alright, I think again. Yeah, that was more like my mistake. I just pressed Y without thinking. Yes, get the hell out of here. Yeah, there was the hair, yes. I didn't see the present button. Alright. No. It was definitely the white hair. You're on the verge of using those. Yes, so cut away the golden locks you sport. Yeah, how could you cut away that beautiful, you know, long hair? How could you do this, man? Indeed, you have identified the precise detail I was intending to expose, but you didn't, you fuckhead. But you didn't do it. The only thing you were focusing on was the beard. Such lush golden hair certainly does not befit an old man. I mean, have you seen, vampires, There are beautiful motherfuckers around. You're not a man at all. You're a woman. Judging from the length and sheen of your hair. One still very much in her youth. Oh no. I mean, have you heard his voice? If I had managed to cut off my hair, no one would have suspected. The question then begged is this: why would you desire to rid yourself of these magnificent locks? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your identity, your true identity, is the article about the revolutionary. Okay. Oh, that was a shock. I knew the old man was a really young woman in disguise, did you? What? Why are you staring at me like that? Yes, it was a surprise. Out of the sun. You're enjoying this, aren't you? Sorry? You look like you're in your element as you dance around the room deducing the facts with Mr. Sholmes. I'm just doing what we agreed. We're not having fun or anything. You're strictly business, not strictly. Yes, I understand. Say no more. Well, anyway, let's focus on this next part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction, shall we? Is the evidence that he picked out doesn't fit the facts at all now? No, that's true. Given that Mr. Roylott is actually a woman. Exactly. He, or rather she, can possibly be this merciless revolutionary. I suppose it's because the deduction as a whole has taken a different direction now. Yes. Let's switch the evidence for something else. Something that fits the facts as we now understand them. For some reason, this woman needed to try to hide her true identity. I feel as though I've either read or heard about a young woman in a situation like that recently. Alright, I'll do my best. Examine this. Turn around. Here you go. This is interesting. Have you found something relevant now to the sun? Well, no, I mean, it looks like it might be interesting. I can't read a single word, I'm afraid. No, nor can I. But look at this picture. There's a beautiful young Russian princess, do you think? She's very pretty, isn't she? I suppose you enjoy articles like this, do you? I don't know. I can't make any sense of it. Ah, I'm glad you've noticed this article. Allow me to give you a short summary of its contents. Oh, thank you. He pops up everywhere, Mr. Sholmes. There was the disappearance of a young lady last night. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich ballet? Or ballet? I don't know. I'm not gonna say it as I usually always say, it's ballet. Disappears from Shanghai. During a performance in Shanghai, the famous dancer was reported missing. She's of course the talented young Nikolina Pavlova. Why a Russian name is so hard to remember? Well, it probably comes down to how long you're around that, I guess, that country or that culture, and you will eventually probably get it. All, call out names and all of that. It would appear the woman was in costume when she was found to be missing from her dressing room, wearing the diamond tiara you see pictured, which is worth some 20,000 rubles, which is worth jack shit now. Oh, how much is 20,000 rubles? I have no idea, but I'm quite sure. Must be an unbelievable sum of money, yes, as much as would use toilet paper for. So that son's eyes are shining like diamonds themselves. The tiara is the property of the Novovich ballet. It would seem the director let herself with worry. Maybe she just wants to get away from that business. It's the only thing you can think of here. Yes, I'm not surprised. The company is most anxious to recover both Miss Pavlova and the valuable tiara. They request international assistance at all ports with sailings to Great Britain. Could this be another case of a Russian fleeing his or her country? That seemed to be the Russian thing to do. Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm not even going to dignify that with a response, Mr. Naruto. I thought the ballerina has been entered. Yes. Okay. Alright. The one that reveals your identity is, of course, the article about the ballerina. That's right. You've hit the nail on the head. Sholmes, please sit the fuck down, okay? I'm the one who's doing the deduction here. You are worthless. The only thing you found out is, you know, the most obvious things one would call out, right? It's the beard with them scissors. Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovich Ballet disappears from Shanghai. It would appear we are finally able to address you by your true name. Yes, because your identity is that of the Novovich Ballet prima ballerina. Miss Nikolina Pavlova. Wait a second. This glass reminds me of, you know those fake glasses and with the fake nose and the fake beard? Yes, it's probably that. It's probably just, plastered on. Hmm. You're right. My real name is Nina. I mean, Nikolina Pavlova. Yeah, yeah, I can see that. But please, I beg you, don't tell anyone. Solved. So you didn't get kidnapped. You ran away. Now as for my second conclusion, you are at this very moment on the brink of committing the most grievous crime. Yes, by kidnapping yourself. And the proof of this crime, over there. Oh yes, Miss Pavlova. Taken unawares, people have the propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. And I assure you, the eyes speak much more eloquent and honestly than the mouth. The answer we seek lies where the furtive glance falls. The proof of your crime sits before our very eyes. Yes, the traveling case? Okay, I don't know what you mean by that, my guy. This woman is the ballerina and she's right in front of our eyes, yes. So clearly she can't be inside the traveling case as well, yes. You're right on that. No, that's right. She seems she wasn't abducted at all. No, she kidnapped herself. From Russia. In which case, what is the crime this young woman is apparently committing? Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, great detective. Yes. Quotation marks, great detective. Detective. You seem to look pleased now, Otis. Son, do you like the idea of another chance to dance around Mr. Sholmes? Stop it. Anyway, there must be something else here that shows what this woman's up to. Up by the B. Okay. It is a very small case, isn't it? You can see instantly that no person could possibly fit inside. Maybe some kind of dog, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, maybe. But the dog wouldn't be able to live in the case. Dog crying and howling and all of that, right? So does that tell us that Miss Pavlova's telling glance in this direction was focused on something else? That's true though. Doesn't make sense. What do you mean? Well, is there nothing incriminating inside this case? Why did she refuse to let us look inside? Yes, I wonder why. Perhaps she has a perfectly harmless reason though. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh. Wow, look at this dazzling tiara. I've never seen anything like it. Are those real diamonds, do you think? Oh, not on the sun, try it on. Yeah, why me? I mean, why him? Shouldn't you be putting it on? And usually girls who wear tiaras, wouldn't you like to try it on? Oh no, I couldn't possibly. It's far too beautiful. Why does this tiara look familiar? I feel like I've seen it somewhere recently. Anything else? Let's see what's here. Wastepaper basket. Let's have a little look inside. Now, son, we're to get to go sifting through all the rubbish, you know. I mean, we gotta find every single piece of evidence we can find. What is the point if we cannot find anything, right? Oh, those eyes. It's looking at me like I'm a piece of rubbish now. However, these are special circumstances, I think. Exactly, we have no choice. There's hardly anything in here at all. Oh, well, that's a little disappointing. It is. Anything else? Oh, it looks like there's nothing else. Yeah. Alright, proof of a crime. It's surely this tiara. Oh. I believe this tiara is worn on stage by dancers in the Novovich ballet, is it not? Indeed, it would appear to be identical to the tiara pictured here in this newspaper article. If the reporting is to be believed, it's an item worth 20,000 rubles. In summary, the crime you have committed is theft. Oh no. Yes, you left your ballet troupe, unlawfully taking that precious tiara with you. Girl, how could you do this, and why are you doing this? Please come out and say why. I have no one. No family, no friends. I am all alone and I need money. But I did not steal the tiara. It was a present from, how do you say, Earl of Russia? Belongs to me? This girl's only 15 years old, and she's run away all by herself. She must be extremely lonely. Alright, I will tell you everything. I will tell you everything. There's no point in hiding it now. Come, let us not be hasty. What? There remains one unsolved mystery about you. Mystery? What do you mean? You have staunchly refused to open this traveling case of yours in our presence. It is reasonable to conclude, therefore, that there exists some reason why you wish to remain close. Is that not so, Miss Pavlova? My dear girl, there's no sense in playing games with me. Nothing escapes my attention. Indeed. A very good idea of the contents of your case, even before I've ever laid eyes on them. Okay, Mr. Creep, what you got, man? Lay it on the table. Dear me. We're not well suited to a life of crime, are we? You careless coop. What? The way? Betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your word of glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in what? Written in the bookshelves? What? Somebody changed tack with this deduction now. I think he says adapting his logic to the change in circumstances, don't you? Maybe, but why has he suddenly brought the bookshelf into all this? Yeah, I have no idea what he's gonna doing. Probably desperate or something. That's what I guess, surely. Oh, do you think so? Well, doesn't seem like that's the reason. Why this young one doesn't want to open the case? It's definitely something to do with the bookshelf. It would have been written in a book that doesn't even belong to her. Yes, that's true. But still. Miss Pavlova did cast her eyes in that direction, and also myself. Then there has to be another reason why she won't open the case. And it must be somewhere in the same area if that's where her gaze was involuntarily drawn. I agree, that's the only answer. What she has hidden inside the case, it should be revealed by following her gaze in the direction of the bookcase. Huh. See what this picture is? This is a charming little picture, isn't it? What is it? Someone climbing a steep mountainside or descending one? It seems to me you've been on the flat sea for a while. Maybe you start seeing hills and mountains in everything. Yeah, there's actually nothing here. Well, these are all the same books that we have in our cabin. I suppose the steward likes to make sure passengers have plenty to read for a long voyage. And have you noticed how all the books have fallen over? The Dragon Cosmos someone's been? Not like someone taking a sweep at them. Miss Pavlova, while she was practicing her ballet. Anyway, the point is, you don't have time to look through all these books at the moment. Not even if you wanted to, they're all in Russian. Well, that's a relief. Let's try our luck elsewhere. I'm trying to think on which wall I'm looking at. Nah, it probably doesn't work. That that behind this in the bookshelf there might be an opening, but I think it doesn't work this way. Alright, here? These are routes of passage for travel aboard the SS Buria. Passengers must not keep weapons or any other dangerous objects in the cabins. Pets are... Oh, okay. Pets. That was exactly the same noise in our cabin too. I wonder what happens if you break the rules. Oh dear. I'm sure the punishment would be severe, not all the time. You'll probably be left to drift in the freezing cold ocean, or shut inside the tiny wardrobe for days on end. I've actually been serving time for weeks now, have I? And there it is. Yes, the reason why you refuse to open your case is written in the rules of passage. Vendor must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. That's also strictly forbidden. Inside the case of yours is something forbidden from the carriage on this vessel. That is the real reason why you refuse to open it, thus revealing its content. I've seen the trunk wobbles from time to time, but no weapon or other dangerous item would be moved of its own accord. Which leaves about one possibility, Miss Pavlova. Inside your traveling case is the last item listed as forbidden in the vessel's rules of passage, the pet. There he goes. There he goes. Animal. That you're finished. Okay, you aren't who said you were. No, I am not Grims Grimsby. Grimsby? Roylott. My real name is Nikolina Pavlova. Everything you said was correct. You absconded during one of your ballet company's performances in order to escape your homeland. Later that same night, you stole aboard vessel. Wait, what? Which couldn't have been easy. The Bodea is a huge steamship with a vast crew. Would you really have snuck on board without being noticed? In order to obscure your identity, you somewhat recklessly took the guise of an old gentleman. You intended to sever all links with your past by severing your long hair. Can't you just, bundle it up and put it inside the head? That way you have, I guess, everything on top. Of course, there's no other way to do it, but there's at least one way to do it. Instead of cutting your beautiful long hair. Yet to a woman, hair is no trifling matter. My personal recommendation is to leave well alone. So, if it was just you about to cut off your own hair. Who was it that you let out the scream we heard from outside the cabin? The very tinkling of a bell by none other than the young lady naturally. More like a full set of pipes, if you ask me. I was so scared when I ran away in Shanghai. I was sure they would come looking for me. So I decided to, how do you say, disgust myself? So no one would recognize me. As a result, you transformed yourself into that questionable old man I see. To put on the forehead and fake beard. Then just before you came in here, I saw in the newspaper. Right on the page, there was a picture of me. I was so frightened, I couldn't stop from screaming. I knew that if I didn't change my appearance completely, they would find me. Oh, okay. So I decided to cut all my hair as fast as possible. I picked up a scissors in my hand, and didn't get that far. At the precise moment we walked in through the annoyingly unlocked cabin door. Yes, next time please close the door. Try to cut your hair. Things happen like that sometimes, don't they? Yes, they do. Things do indeed happen like that from time to time. Are those two talking about the same thing? So one more thing I'd like to know. What exactly do you have inside your traveling case? You're right, it is my dear friend inside. My only friend in the whole world. Please don't tell anyone if the captain finds out. If you say to any of the crew, secret is safe with us. I assure you, but in return, you must tell us in as much detail as you can muster about the events of last night. Oh, yeah, that's what I thought as well, keeping her safe at least. So people believe, oh yeah, I got kidnapped. Well, it shouldn't matter too much, right? She doesn't have family, she doesn't have friends, so yeah, I guess fine. Yes, alright. I will tell you. Okay, tell me. Oh? Wasn't something Mr. Shaw's great deduction? No, he didn't do shit. I did all the work. I needed to literally untangle his whole, I guess, deduction and see if there are any holes in it. And there are plenty of holes, like in cheese. Certainly something, yes. I'm not entirely sure what. At least Miss Pavlova has agreed to tell us what she knows. That's incredible. Indeed, it is incredible. Ah, and one more thing. Okay. Oh, yes. What? What is it that you tell me? Observe your wrists. Okay. I... Ah, your hands. Cuffed again, yes. Well, I mean, we are finished, right? But how? To my word, I have restored your shackles. Okay, what does he do, huh? Magic? Or what is it that he does? When? And why? There's still a shadow of guilt cast over you, Mr. Naruhodo. I'm sorry to say, can't be helped at the moment. Huh? Can't it? Really? Anyway, let's listen to what Mr. Pavlova has to say. He can't go on not knowing. I have to find out what's the speckled band the Kazuma-sama wrote what in his diary really was. Alright, lady. Tell us. What happened last night? Did you know that someone was killed in the cabin next door? This last one last... One of the crewmen told me this morning when I was eating breakfast. And proceeded to throw up. Or proceed to vomit. Want to use that word? I guess two different words for one meaning. The man who died, he was a friend of mine. Why? Oh yeah, I was like reading her. Oh, that's why we are trying to find out what happened. Did you notice anything unusual last night? Perhaps you heard strange noise, for example. Perhaps people talking. Perhaps the ship was aborted in a wild tempest. Perhaps the steam engine exploded. What the fuck? But everyone on board would have noticed if that happened. If that had happened. Miss Pavlova, is there anything you can tell us? I don't know. I'm so sorry, but all I could think about last night was what I had done and whether they would find me. I mean, yeah, that's the only thing probably we're thinking, right? They might be hunt her down because of the tiara. I didn't notice anything that was happening around me. Oh, I see. Running away. You've run away from your tablet, ballet company, haven't you? Miss Novovich, the Novovich ballet. Yes. I'm traveling to Great Britain, and from there I want to go to America. I will never dance again. I want to forget everything about the ballet. I will start a new life. What I've noticed, that she can Japanese. Okay, she doesn't need any kind of translators or anything. I mean, quite a thing. But also maybe she speaks English and we're just reading it as English. Of course, we gotta not gotta think too hard about it, you know, since it's just a visual novel. You wish to forget a challenging proposition. When you have that striking tiara as a reminder, but that tiara is mine, I needed to live. I have no money of my own. Don't know much, but it gives us only little food and water, and we must dance all over the world. I had to run away. I had no choice. If I had stayed, you would have killed me. You ran away to protect yourself. Yes, and the crew of this ship. They all have been kind to me. They let me come on board and they said I could hide in this cabin. Oh, interesting. If that is indeed the truth, Miss Pavlova, it creates the most intriguing conundrum. Yes, it does. What do you think about it, Mr. Naruto? Oh, well, yes. Of course. I think we should hear Miss Pavlova's explanation to what conundrum I'm not sure, but I mean the conundrum of letting her stay in this cabin for free. In return, they can go in and out and do whatever the fuck they want properly. Wait. Wait. Could it be that, as we see right now in this picture, you know, you see the what do I call it? I would say, you know, where you put your clothes in. Forgot the name. I'm literally losing my brain right now. But yeah, that thing is open. Would it be possible to go in and out of that? At the same time, wouldn't Yunosuke be noticed if you would see something is moving? Conundrum. Miss Pavlova, allow me to pose you a riddle. According to this newspaper, it was only yesterday that you absconded from the ballet. Now that the cabin, now that being the case, okay, I cannot think about wardrobe. Yeah, everything the wardrobe is able to you can go through it, because the wardrobe is literally in the same place as, you know, as Ryunosuke was in, but apparently he went or fell asleep, so he wouldn't notice anything. So it might have been something to do with that. But hey, what do I know, right? It must have been last night that you boarded this vessel. However, vessel would have stopped by no port last night. Ah, that's it, of course. So how is it, Ray, that you come to be aboard? Now that I think about it, the crewman outside the cabin acted very strangely when we mentioned that. It was just after we asked him, but when the occupant of this cabin came aboard. That is not your business. Maybe he has a big heart. Yes, you're right. He did seem to be hiding something. An angel descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the stage. Sorry, what was that? This is how the Russian newspaper described one of my performances. And that is how I came here, too. I descended from the heavens because I'm an angel. Really? You're gonna use that? Really gonna use that line? Little girl. What's in English isn't your mother tongue. This script is very vivid. Oh, it's probably something to do with, you know, I'm as beautiful as it gets, and I charmed him to let me get on this ship. Mr. Sholmes once said, I never can resist the touch of the dramatic. It seems Miss Pavlova is the same. And you descended from the heavens, bringing grace and beauty to the detection. What? To the detection? What? Words once said about myself. A quote from a wonderfully extravagant advertisement Or the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, in fact, where you learned every deduction was wrong in the span of a few minutes. My guy, please step aside. Yes, it's a showy. Anyway, it doesn't look like this puzzle is going to tell us what really happened. I mean, she needs to. So the friend you mentioned, not your traveling case, is that right? I don't think animals are allowed on board according to the rules of passage. Oh please, don't tell any of the crew. I mean, you should at least open up the traveling case, please. So the animal has at least some kind of air. If they found it precious, then burly Russians would risk themselves in the unison to throw you and your case overboard, no doubt. So reassuring, Mr. Sholmes. But what sort of pet is your friend? A little puppy? It is, isn't it? Maybe an adorable little rabbit? No, rabbit's too hard to tell. Rather to Russia as a land with small rabbits? Do you? Oh, are there small rabbits there then? Never ask. I have no idea. Huh. Oh, miserable burglars. When it comes to understanding the nature of young ballerinas' friends, what kind of friends would they have? I mean, I cannot think of anything. Maybe cats even, but the most basic ones would be dogs, cats, a hamster probably as well. Okay, mate, a chicken really? Where did you come out? Oh, dude, what the fuck? A chicken really? The thing's loud as fuck. Consider the benefits. A rousing wake-up call, daily fresh eggs, and when adversity strikes, it could easily satisfy the needs of sustenance. Yeah, but about how loud they are, you need to feed them stuff to actually lay eggs. You need multiple at that as well. So eat your friends. I remember that. Well, it would appear this friend's identity is closely guarded, secret, not to be revealed. It's not really that funny, okay? She doesn't quite trust us yet. It's something I should like to show her, I think. Maybe she might be able to shed some light on it. Da, 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 da. Yeah, everything is written in Russian. Maybe it's not Russian, I don't know. There's some random typings. This is definitely Russian. I have no idea what I'm talking about, you know. So maybe it's Russian, maybe it's not. Maybe just something written on there, just in their own made-up language. I'm afraid I can't read the word. Okay. Either I have no idea what any of this is. Yes, that thing can go out of my sight, please. Out of the way, please. Oh my goodness, how fearsome indeed. I mean, his features will still stay, right? Not like his face is gonna contort or anything like this. Wouldn't matter too much. Alright, good. Examine the room. Let me see. What do you mean don't touch? Huh? I'll tell you what I know about last night, but please, must not touch my things. How do you say, forbid it? I mean, there's nothing in there. Oh, sorry. Otherwise, you should be, young man. A welcome man as you have, you Neanderthal. Walking around in the young lady's private belongings, neither shall I allow it. Hypocrite. Okay. Um. Let's see. There's a plate on the ground. Okay, good to know. You hold this, alright. Alright. Let me see. What do you mean, don't touch? Girl. That's not what I want, though. I mean, there's nothing else we found here. Pablo, would you take a look at this? I don't know. No, please. I don't know anything. No, you frightened your poor... I mean, right now she's our, not really, you know, what do I call it? Corporate. So we have to put her in here. This is the diary of my friend who passed away. His diary. Yes. And he wrote it in it last night before he died. Something a little unusual. It reads, 1:23 AM, I can hear a faint whistling sound. And then a few minutes later, 1:35 AM, what looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. A speckled band? I don't understand. That's right, isn't it? But the ventilator he mentions joins to this cavern, you see. It's up there on the wall. In other words, this cabin and the victim's cabin are connected together. Oh. Oh, indeed. Miss Pavlova, has something occurred to you? Does the speckled band the victim mentioned mean something to you? Or the whistling sound, perhaps? No, I don't know anything. Oh. Excuse me, my sorrow a lot. Yes. Damn, she quick. She quick though. Quick to change. It's lightning fast. Captain, Captain would like to speak with you. You must come to Captain's quarters at once, please. Alright, I will come now. You must leave. Now. Oh no. That's fine. Don't mind us. Yes, please don't worry yourself. Mr. Roylo. Get out. Get out! Oh, you want me to throw you? Okay, you gotta calm down, mate. Yes, we're on our way out. It looks like we'll have to leave investigating the cabin until later. I mean, we have finished everything. So big deal. What a pity. What a pity. What a pity indeed. And so we lost our chance. Having still not managed to investigate Miss Fowler's cabin, we were unceremoniously chased out. That is to say, we were quite literally picked up, thrown into a passageway outside. Continued. I wish you hadn't been thrown out like that. I mean, me either. I wish you managed to find some clues as to what a speckled band might be. You didn't manage to investigate at all. And I imagine That won't be able to do for a while longer. Never get past that sailor guy in the door. He's clearly glaring at us as if to say, don't even think about it. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, what we got? What is it? What happened to our great detective friend? Where did he go? Oh yes, he's completely disappeared. When did he do that? He slipped away as quietly as the wind, but not for ensuring these were secretly back on my wrist. This door leads to second class area. It's locked. I can't open it. Oh, well, that stands to reason. No one wants to let the murderer escape. Yeah, she gave me a very stern look when she said that. Yes, 100%. I mean... I think I did this, right? Yes, I'm sure that's the ship lock. Shall we have a little look through it? Witness so nice. The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail of what the voyage has been meticulously recorded. Wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting. Anyway, look here. Last night, the log is mostly blank. Presumably, that means there was nothing to report. Unless it is, you know, everyone doing their own thing, right? And the sailors might have something to do with it. First class cabin number 1. Yes, that's our cabin. Not our cabin, it's Cosmos-sama's. Sorry? The accommodation is confined to the wardrobe inside the cabin. Susato, please. Not right now. You know how to make a stowaway feel small, don't you? As small as the wardrobe I've been calling home. Anyway, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga has managed to uncover any new... Yes, probably find him and ask. Alright. Let's move. It looks like they're still investigating in here. Yes, on that subject, I wonder if Inspector Hosonaga is unscathed. What do you mean, unscathed? Oh, you haven't forgotten, have you? Naruto-san. Don't you remember what he said about allowing you out of this cabin to investigate? He was going to talk to the captain about it. Said he'd lay his life on the line for you. Oh, yes. But I'm sure he was exaggerating. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Or some new information for us. You never know, indeed. And where the fuck is he at though? Is he here? Oh, he's here. No, he's there, but okay. I got beaten up. What happened here? Oh, you're back. I mean, he definitely put his life on the line, definitely, from the looks of it. Inspector. What happened to you? Your faces. Please, don't worry about it. They're just scratches. Okay, mate. Scratches. Okay, broken glasses. Eye red. Almost mouth bleeding. Okay, yeah, definitely scratches. 100%. I believe you. Made by a beer, maybe. When the 20 captain did, I give you permission to investigate. He told me, found me with his fist, and then tossed me overboard. But here you are, still, you know, standing in front of us. But the pummeling was over in a flash, and he must have decided against throwing me overboard. So it was nothing, really. Looks like he wasn't joking when he said he'd lay his life on the line if he had to. I mean, yeah, told you so. Well, thanks to your efforts, we now know a little about the neighboring cabin. Yes, I understand. Oh. I ran into a man claiming to be a great detective a little while ago. I think his name was something like Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. I don't think he was German though. Ah, that explains it. Shall we compare notes then? We can tell you what we found out. Yes, let's do it. Look at that smile. Look at the confidence that stands. Cabin next door. What? Nikolina Pavlova? The cabin next door? Oh, do you know who she is? Please. What self-respecting ballet fan would know the graceful angel? I don't. Oops, I think I upset him there. Well, it tells us the neighboring cabin is unrelated to the case at least. Oh, how? Because any don't go around committing crimes, do they? Well, they have news to tell you, brother. Oops, now I've definitely upset him. Inspector, has your investigations in here proved fruitful? If I'm honest, there's very little more I can do. How do this to make sure the scene isn't disturbed, ready to hand over to the Hong Kong police? So I'm just here, just to keeping watch here, trying not to take my eyes off the job. Oh, I see. Oh, there's one thing. I do have a small piece of new information for you. What? Yes, do tell us, Inspector, please. You shed. What is this new information you have, Inspector? What's this? The medical officer has finished his examination of the body and managed to obtain the report. Wait, what? Oh, Kazuma's post-mortem report. Kazuma-sama, definitely dead. So, what was the cause of the death? Damage to the cervical vertebrae. This was written in the report. Huh. His neck was broken? Yes, it would seem so. There were no obvious wounds or other signs of injury. But at first I think they're considering poison. But it turns out they found no trace of poison in his system at all. Well, what weapon was used then? Literally almost anything. Nothing has been found as yet, but the fact that there are no signs of a wound, that it may have been a blunt object, something that wouldn't leave a mark. Oh, I see. All body's nerves run through the spine to the brain. Strong enough impact to the neck could induce death. It is a possibility. It's a possibility that no obvious wound will be left. Poor Kazuma. I have a second copy of the report. If it might be useful, you're welcome to have it. Really? Are you sure? Yes, it's fine. I trust you. My man put so much trust in us. After all, I didn't trust you. I'd never have agreed to leaving you this cabin in the first place, would I? I mean, that is true, that is true. And me, Susato probably thinks I should be the one. But, no, she doesn't trust us, so understandable, because we're the most suspicious person and the closest one to kill him, right? Alright. The suspect. Oh, Mr. Sholmes was here, was he? Yes. As he seems to be enjoying himself a little too much, as he crept about on the floor investigating. But then he suddenly left. I suppose he must have become bored. Did he say anything at all? Actually, now you mention it. Yes, there's one thing, but he practically shouted it. Shoe polish was all he said. Shoe polish. I wonder what he meant. It was when he was over there, by the piece of broken glass. Do you see? Is it really shoe polish though? Ah, perhaps he was talking about this brick-colored mark. Do you think? Brick-colored mark. There is also some kind of bell? It's half? I think it's a bell. I mean, more from the looks of it, right? It looks like a bell cut in half. Ah, yes. Must be it. But how could Mr. Sholmes know that it's shoe polish? That leaves me cold, I'm afraid. I have no idea. What is it, Susato-san? Well, Kawasama was wearing leather shoes with a very dark tan. Oui? Dark tan? So dark brownish red then? Yes. Little like the color of red wine, but darker. I've prepared them for him. Does that mean this mark was made by the polish on Kazuma's shoe? On Kazuma's shoes, as they scuffed on the floor. The mark on the floor has been entered into the court record. That's really all I can tell you at this stage. I should return to my post, my fellow crewman. My fellow crewman's eyes are boring into the back of my head. Yes, that might be for the best. Thank you. Oh, Inspector. You look exhausted. Oh, no. Well, I feel terrible that I failed to protect Asugi-san. For responsibility. He was also so cool. He's the only one who believed in us, you know, in our first trial. Now we are here. Now we have to stand tall. Of course, my pain is nothing compared to yours. We were as friends. The truth is, I seem to have had a heavy head ever since I woke this morning. A heavy head? That's interesting. And still throbbing too. So it's clear that these letters were written with the ink that was somewhat spilled on the floor, and they spelled the Russian word wardrobe. Okay. Well, either way, one fact remains. It's hard to imagine that Kazuma-sama would have written this last word in Russian. Begs the question, who did write it? Okay. I have a feeling that he didn't... Only my guess would be he didn't get killed in this room. But maybe something else. Like he went somewhere, got killed there, and got dragged into this place, and since he got dragged through the room, the shoe polish, you know, left marks on the floor, and he got put, you know, I guess face down on the floor, and that way, you know, to throw off the people who might come in running in. I might suspect that, you know, Naruto-san or Ryunosuke would be the person who killed him. And then, you know, threw everything no, on the, I guess, no, on the floor, things on the ground that look like some kind of, you know, maybe fight happened in this room? That would be my guess, since they're both connected, and the wardrobe is connected. I have a feeling the wardrobe is connected to the other side, so yeah, I have a feeling that this ballerina doesn't want to tell us everything about, you know, about the wardrobe and everything. It might be the case. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in the cabins. Pets are also strictly forbidden. So bringing her pet on board, Miss Pablo has broken the rules. She called it her friend, didn't she? Yes, although we don't know what form this friend takes as yet. I'm almost certain that whatever it is, it's inside the traveling case in her cabin. A friend, there's more to this than seems, I think. But yeah, everything I say right now is speculation, so hey, I might hit something or might not hit something. That's how it goes, you know, in the world of murder mysteries. You gotta suspect almost everything, anything, every variation you can. So this ventilator joins to Miss Pablo's cabin. Yes, that's right. A few minutes before he died, Calvin saw something emerging from it. A speckled band, as he described it. I mean, what could it be, right? Only Miss Pablo had been able to shed some light on it, but she seemed as baffled as we are. Yes. I wonder if she's telling us everything, though. I'm not sure. I know most people abroad would say the same about me, but there was something about that woman that didn't sit right with me. I mean, the only thing she's not telling us is not to touch anything. So that might be it, right? This because spent his final moments writing his diary. 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. Looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Looking at this writing here in this page, almost impossible to believe that he's gone. Cousin someone left us a valuable clue. Words, I'm sure of it. We have to solve this mystery, not Oda-san. We will. Alright, time to solve this mystery, huh? I mean, there's nothing more to be found here in this case. I mean, check the shelf. All the books provided. When the current is occupying this cabin, need to arrange on the shelf. They were all over the place. When we first looked around, if you remember. Oh yes, you tidied them up, didn't you? You have to look after the ship's property, and the behavior in the cabins leads to damage. But it really wasn't me who knocked them over. Well, anyway, I feel much better now. They need to be lined up. I can't relax when things are what? Untidy. I mean, you could also live in an untidy order, right? Everything is in order, but still being untidy, right? You, where did you go? Oh, sorry, I just went to the next cabin to investigate. Why? Who gave you the permission for this? Well, Simon Hosonaga did. The new Japanese, was it? Later, I will roll him into a ball and throw him into a cold room. Oh, whoa. He's gonna back to guarding the door. I hope Inspector Hosonaga doesn't find himself in too much trouble on our account. Well, we got our way to help us. Didn't hesitate. When we get back to Japan, we'll have to make him. We'll take him for a steak at La Carnival. That could be a very long time from now, not all the sun. Yeah, because we're going to Great Britain. To London, to be exact. I mean, here at least he puts his life on the line. Also, the fact he could have saved, you know. Oh, whoops. You know, he could have saved him a little bit. Maybe he could have saved him, but Was probably too late for that. Also, he probably felt also something in his head, right? Okay. There's nothing else anymore. Let's go outside. See if we can move. Ah. Look, now over the sun. Seaman Stroganoff. Has gone. Strong. Strong enough? No, stroke enough. Strong enough. Okay. Not stroke enough, but strong enough. The burly Russian sailor who is always crossing his arms and glaring at us. So, all these Russian names are impossible to remember. Did you hear that? Sounds like someone's singing. Who's singing? There's no, I know that lark-like voice. Yeah, that's definitely fake. Fake detective. Well, never mind that now. Let's go an opportunity for us. Yes, you're right. We must seize it. Let's get to Pablo's cabin while we can. Oh yeah, I would have thought as well. Going there because oh yeah, no one's here. I mean, time to move. Everything before the stringy knot crewman comes back. It's strong enough. A stringy knot. I mean, I don't know, does it? Pavlova isn't back yet. Yes, she isn't. What is on? Oh, where's she gone? Hey, he straight up went for it, huh? What are you doing? That's our private thing. Come on, she's a girl. She can handle it. There's not a moment to waste. Not over the sun. We must investigate as quickly as we can. I suppose you're right. For Kazuma's sake. Not just for Kazuma-sama. What do you mean? It can't be long now until we arrive at port in Hong Kong. I don't want you to be those handcuffs when we get there. Yes. But get a bit, yeah. A bit political. Really. We must solve this case and not over the sun. By ourselves, if we have to. Yes, we will. Alright, time to examine everything and anything. Yes, I can just probably get through this. There's no really big deal. We know about, you know, what can and cannot be on the ship. No, they're not gonna throw her to friend because she's here on this board because of other reasons. So, I mean, it's already breaking rules. May as well break all of them, right? Yeah, why stop there, you know? All books have toppled over together. Look, every single one. You think that's the god of the sea, perhaps? This toppled too. So, it's exactly the same as the bookcase next door. Almost cabin. Perhaps. Perhaps Miss Pavlova was practicing a difficult ballet pose and fell against the bookcase. Okay, come on. She's literally the angel. It ascended from heaven, so she should be fine to practicing and not falling over. I don't know. Would she really be practicing ballet on the same that she ran away from a ballet company? Alright then. It must have been you. You lost your temper and knocked them all over in a fit of rage. But everything bad happens on this ship is because of me, you know? I mean, maybe. Well, anyway, I set them all straight again in here too. I like seeing things in array. Dead. Few books on the desk, nothing else by the looks of it. Well, Miss Pavlova only ran away from the ballet last night. She hardly occupied this cabin for any time at all. That's true. I wonder what kind of books she likes to read. She let me see. Yes, I see. It seems that Miss Pavlova enjoys reading. Books written in Russian. Thanks. I think I already knew that. Rude to ask so much of people, not all the sun. Can't remember that. The fuck? You're supposed to help me. I'll go against me. Oh my, Miss Pavlova's case is open. Probably empty inside, but according to the great detective's great deduction, she was hiding her special friend in there. Yes, a friend that she had to keep secret. Who could it be? Because you're not allowed to bring animals aboard the SS Buria. Or Baria, whatever. I wonder what kind of animals she had in there. And more to the point, where is it now? Maybe going for walks. Few long walks on the beach. A kettle. It would seem this teapot is empty. Yes, it's a teapot. So it's not really a kettle. The teapot, yeah. Kettle for water, teapots for tea. So the natural conclusion is that the Russians are very thirsty people. I mean, the women are definitely beautiful. I know the thirsty part, maybe vodka, but that's the only thing that you would always connect, you know, Russian vodka. That's the only thing you would remember. Or because Miss Pavlova only came into this cabin last night and she hasn't had the chance to make any tea yet. I mean, it could be either. It's definitely that they're excessively thirsty. I'd lay 1,000 to 1 on it. You are the obstinate, aren't you? Not all the sun. Man, every time she gives me that look, it's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's working a belittling a little bit. Oh, kawaii koto. Naro-san, are you there? Sorry, right here, yes, why? Oh good. I thought you might have climbed into the wardrobe when I was looking. That's a place like home. There she going in, man. She always goes in. Believe me, I don't have some strange compulsion. To jump inside every wardrobe I see, you know. Well, anyway, I'm not sure anyone could fit inside this one. It's full of beautiful outfits. I suppose they're all stage costumes. I was rather hoping we might find Miss Pavlova's friend hiding in there, but no such luck. Maybe not? Up there. So this ventilator connects to Cosmo's cabin next door. Yes, although what a fool. The shipper must be to open the ventilator into another room. Ah, maybe. So that there's a gas leak next door. Occupant of this cabin would notice and raise the alarm. Or the occupants of both cabins would die of gas poisoning. I mean, how I think about it is usually you don't think about the ventilator. You usually think if you want to warn someone, you do usually run out the door, go or run to the next door to tell them that way, right? Because that is the instinct you do. You run out instead of staying inside the room. Anyway, last night, Kazuma wrote that he saw a speckled band coming out of this ventilator. There's one of these next to the bed. Kazuma's cabin too. Yes, it's a bell cord. Bell cord. Can't resist. Wait a minute. Wouldn't that alert ship to come here, you know? She alerted everyone with the bell ring. Please don't. Please, please. No, not now. You have to get out. No, I didn't actually expect anyone to come. You don't want them to. You're trying to investigate in secret. How did no one come? What? I mean, we found anything, right? I wonder what this little saucer is doing on the floor. I don't know why I couldn't click on it before. Yes, it doesn't look like it's been dropped. More like it was put there deliberately. Do you think there could be a leak in the roof just above here? What? A leak? In the ship quite safe? Is the ship quite safe? Sure that even if there's a little gas leak on the roof, doesn't mean the whole ship is going to sink. No, you're right. Of course you're right. Really trying to persuade herself, isn't she? I mean... whoops. Oh, they did this, okay. Okay, alright. Looks like... I think we found everything here. So yeah, let's get out of the door. Yeah. This cabin door has the same simple, sort of bolted latch that our cabin door has. If the bolts drawn across, there's no way anybody could enter the cabin from the outside. As it's not particularly heavy duty bolt, is it? But still, it wouldn't slide across of its own accord, would it? No, the door's made of metal. There's no chance of trickery using magnets to unbolt it from the outside. And it seals up perfectly too. Stop any seawater coming in. So you could use any method you told me of passing a thread through a crack or on the outside either. Closed door. I seem to know a lot of tricks for opening doors. I'm trying to see why this suspect to me. I mean, it's about trying and see what sticks, right? Alright, I think we're good. Okay. Hey, what the fuck? What's the guy doing? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, look. Oh, you never know where he's going to turn up next, do you? He seems to be stealing a look at something as he sings to himself. I did the great detective way. Still singing. Do you think he hasn't noticed us? Let's have in extremely high spirits. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when the yard bit off more than it could chew. And through it all, when there was doubt, it's lucky her luck was about. Excuse me. I solved it all, and I stood tall. I did the great detective way. What is he singing? What is it? You want to fight, huh? Tries to interrupt the fellow when he's singing, and it was just about to reach the climatic finish. Well, I thought you were never going to stop, so I figured now is a good time to say time as any. Drop you on to the floor with one of my famous right hooks. Alright, you get the picture. Could you put those fists away? Mr. Sholmes, you seem to be examining something before we dropped you. Oh yes, that I was immersed in study of the ship's log as penned by the stockily built crewman usually on guard here. Oh yes, the ship's log. And did you find out anything useful from it? Well, after 2 AM this morning, the majority of the entries are blank, which means that there was nothing to report and nothing of note happened, so... You truly are a student from the land of the rising sun. You've been utterly blinded by it. Sorry? Your logic, my boy, is inverted. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Observe the other pages, and all shall become clear. It would seem the same crewman of stands sentry in this first-class passageway. And he has an almost religious practice of recording nothing to report every half hour. Oh, and he writes that in every 30 minutes? Nothing to report? Precisely. Or simply, the seaman writes nothing to report when there's just that. And yet, ship's log from last night is largely blank. They even write nothing to report, so there was something to report. Do you mean... Yes, there were circumstances afoot last night which led to the seaman being absent from this post. What kind of circumstances would have happened? It remains a mystery for now, but we can be sure something significant took place. It was significant that it caused the seaman to forget his regular habit of scribing nothing to report in the log. These reports, these are important details. I would stake my life on it. You must log the ship's log in your mental file. The ship's log has been entered into the court record. Now that deduction was worthy of a great detective. You're starting to understand what my way is, I see. It makes Sholmes brilliant. Mate, there's no laughing matter, please. Oh. What is it? Are you hurt? Oh, don't worry yourself. I seem to be afflicted with a throbbing head this morning for some reason, nothing more. Yes, well? All my friends, until our next encounter. Singing to himself, I can hear it as he wanders off down the passageway. He also has a headache? Does Hisoto has also a headache? I mean, the only person who has headaches right now is us. Sherlock Holmes, was it Sherlock Holmes? Then, who else? I don't think Nina has it as well. Never wrong, Susato-san. Seem lost in thought. Just, well, I feel the same. Sorry. Ever since I woke this morning, I heard something of a... Wait a minute, okay, no. Nina didn't have headache, but it was more like Osonaga-san has a headache, and Susato has also a headache. So meaning, all the people that came from Japan got all headaches. I have a feeling there might be something going on. Shocker. Shocker, I know. Something more than that. A sort of continuous throbbing. Oh, you too? Why didn't you say anything? Alright, let's move. Well, so far there's nothing else here. So we can go back inside again. What? Frodo's cabin. This could be our chance. What? Or is it? I mean, we already went in there. Go that far. Okay. I mean, let's go. Let's try it again. Huh? What's that? Okay, I know what's going on. What the? I think we want to crash into another ship. What? Are we sinking? Do we hit the fucking iceberg or something? Are you alright? Are you injured at all? Iceberg? I think I'm fine. Thank you, not over the sun. What happened? Looks like we avoided the collision. I think. Yes. The ship has come to a stop. Oh my goodness, what about you, not over the sun? Are you hurt? No, I'm fine. Hello? Is anybody here? God, if you need assistance. Oh, that sounds like... Back to Hosonaga. Send you in there, not over the sun. Unbolt the door! Quickly! What? The bolt? Look at that. The door is bolted. Did you do that, Dr. Sun? No, I didn't touch it. Well, that's strange. How did... And look at all the books. Like, just like they were before again. Now, Dr. Sun, aren't you going to open the door and let the inspector in? I better tidy this place up first. A violent emergency stop had solved one mystery at least. Very vivid way. But I knew that what awaited us on the other side of the cabin door would not be pleasant. I hurried around tidying up the cabin, a new sense of foreboding in my heart that might get thrown overboard. Oh god, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen now? Now we also found out what actually causes everything to fall over. Something happening with the ship. So no fights or anything. Somehow the door to the cabin ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Dr. Sun took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. You, what are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Ah, you both look unhurt. Good. Yes, we were fine. Thank you. What have happened? It's something about we were going to collide with another ship. Yes, it appears to have been a false report though. Oh, how did that happen? There's dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. The person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything's chaos, passengers are screaming, crew are running over. Everywhere. First class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm. Does that mean... Did someone press the button outside? You wicked intruder. Dressed all in black, you are in the devil? Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before. But devils? I mean, it's a first. I mean, now you look even better, with no head on. Open my traveling case! How could you? Wait a second. You didn't open it? But no. We didn't touch it. That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector. Yes? Arrest this man. I know, he did it. Wait a minute, what about this girl over here? Did she not do anything? Why me? What? What is this? He's a criminal. It's not enough that he has killed a man. He's a stowaway as well. He Vixen promises not to steal chicken. Do you believe it? Yes. Take him away. He's a trespasser as well as everything else. Going away, trespassing, killing. She's right. You are a devil. Doesn't look good, does it? There's a cell below deck. Throw him in. Tomorrow, dock in Hong Kong, and we'll give you the straight to the police. Wait, cell? This was Osanaga. Is there nothing we can do? It's a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. One last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature. I think I'm out of options. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I got to find a solution. Immediately. Huh. I think keep calm and focus on the task ahead, which is investigate. Don't touch my things. You want to show off? You wear crawfish to hibernate. Hey yo, did she just throw me? What are you doing? Susato, Mark, what are you doing? What? Wow, everyone's attacking me. And I was just starting to think she was my friend. I mean, he's also in handcuffs, so I don't know what else I can do right now. Is there anyone who can help me out? Blah blah. Can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry I snuck in here without your permission, but get out now. You need to investigate in here. Oh my god. Yeah. Osanaga, you gotta help me, man. You got yourself into a difficult situation here. Right in this cabin uninvited. I mean, sorry. I was just so desperate to find a clue. I'm afraid there's really nothing more I can do to help you. Don't push my luck any further. A punch to my face will be the least of my worries. Yeah, indeed. I'm really sorry. I have to take responsibility for giving you the freedom to investigate Miss Pavlova's cabin. Now this has happened, and I have to report it to the captain at once. I will need to do some help here. I need a savior. He's gonna be my last option, so for now I'm gonna be looking around first. Please give me a little more time. Do nothing for you, except show you the way to ship's prison cell. But no thanks. But I'm innocent, I didn't kill anyone. And trespassing and stowing away. Well, you know, sometimes life can lead you down some unusual avenues, and well, enough, you are guilty. Ship's cell is only place fit for you. It's gonna be my last resort over here, okay? I think I can still probably look around. And okay, it's gonna be the option now. What the? What are you doing up there? What is a tiara on his head? Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. I told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people don't. This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook over there? and before that. Isn't it obvious to properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rupees actually? I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited looking hook on the wall. So full of brag and bounce, but aren't you literally weighing yourself on that, on that hook? I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. You're better off just only take him seriously during different, during deductions. Every other time you should just put him aside. Actually, not during deduction, more like during times when it comes to actually finding clues. Yes. Ah, you again, the great detective. Ah, Holmes. Inspector. Confess I have been looking for you. I have something to report to you most urgently. Oh, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak. An urgent report from the great detective can mean but one thing. Yes. Case of curious murder that took place last night. Here on this vessel. The steamship Borea. Has been solved. By me, naturally. What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all the possibilities. No other explanations exist. Okay, I mean, let's see if you're right this time. I mean, you were wrong, like, what, 2 times already? So, or like 3 times or even 4 times, I don't know. I lost count. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. I am about to reveal my great detective's my great deduction to the case. Yeah, you have solved it. Hedgehog understands this case. You all knew who was responsible for killing the student boy this morning when we found criminal in wardrobe. It is this stowaway and he has handcuffs to prove it. Yes, I'm handcuffed. I didn't do it. The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Because as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted, shut from the inside. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it's what about a locked room mystery in Detective Story. The locked room. That is point. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from the outside the cabin. You're quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not the so-called locked room at all. Actually, I also solved it, I think. I think before we go further, I might, tell you guys how I think might have happened. But you've seen that the door, was bolted, right? That the ship, if it needs to, evade, everything will come down knocking. Meaning, books might be, I guess thrown around the floor, or, in this case the bookshelf is not tidy. And, table where on the ground. And, maybe some things might have been, spilled on the floor. Might have been the way that before our boy Kazuma died, might have been had the time to write something, right? But it also could also be wrong that the message is not really something that was written of him, was him writing it. It might have been someone else writing it with his finger, right? To make it look like he wrote it. Also, how we know that, everything looks like, oh yeah, some kind of fight happened here. My guess would be, he opened the door, thought, oh, someone knocked on the door, maybe I talked to him. And essentially at that point, no, things might have turned up The way where he got knocked out, or straight up, you know, got his neck broken. And then, yeah. Then he went out. Didn't lock the door. But maybe the captain evaded, you know, just shook the ship so hard, right? And this way they locked the door to the room. This way it act like, you know, it's like a locked room, because you cannot, you know, get out of the room without locking the door, right? And also you can't even lock the door from the outside, since it's, you know, bulletproof, or like, I guess, waterproof door. So yeah, my guess would be you got maybe, you know, killed inside the room, but there wasn't a fight or anything like that, but more like a, I guess, silent knockout with everyone, all the Japanese people here getting drugged. And since we ate the food, you know, and he didn't eat the food, I think, so we ate the food, got drugged, we're inside, you know, the wardrobe blows off, and everything happened in the meantime, right? And the only one who I would expect or suspect who would be the one who killed him, my guess would be, my only guess, you know, it's only guess, there might be more people do it, right? But I would think it would be the fake detective, because he said his head was throbbing. But why is he the only one who can, you know, assess certain things so perfectly, but at the same time so wrongly? I mean, maybe it's him, maybe it's also someone else to it, but hey, we have to see who else is there. Let's see what else is going on now. Oh yes, there's another entrance. An entrance used last night, but I called for it in order to gain access to the cabin, despite the bolted door. I mean, the other entrance, I mean, there are multiple thoughts of, you know, you could enter the room. I think it's gonna go through the ventilator, okay? You gotta be thin as a noodle. And as well, there might be a double door inside the wardrobe. So there might be also another one. But the gate's open now at you. Oh. As you speak. Ventilator, I mean... Yeah. Funny. Yes. That's because your arms are as thick as the tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? It's not possible. How about it is? And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder later passing through the ventilator. Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Cosmo wrote in his diary? It's 1:33 AM. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator as well. Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is this very cabin. Charles, what are you doing? There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I'm ready. What I'm about to expose for you all to see who shook you to the cores, to your cores. My core? Behold! The snake. The fucking snake? What? Allow me to introduce you all. The band. Speckled band. Indubitably. What kind of word is that? Is that her friend? Really? Wait a minute. Is that why he has so many marks on his face? There's one thing. What troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? Yes, you're right. I think in this case you'd have to call it the striped band, wouldn't you? Both see and observe. Distinction, however, do you not think that's precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? What kind of trap you talking about? How exactly? Dude, what are you talking about? I think perhaps it is time to explain the intricacy of my train of thought. Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. It has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one. Last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two. The same friend wasn't looking for the victim losing his life. No. I don't think so. I don't believe it. No. Turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Those must be right. It hit the nail on the head. Young woman's friend killed Miss Asugi. Is it really true though? I mean, it could be a possibility, but I have no idea how that snake is reacting to who. It looks like he can't speak, with that snake coiled around his neck. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend of yours in your neck. I don't know what kind of snake it is. Either it's a snake who bites, kill the prey, or more like strangle the prey to be killed in a way. So everyone, let us begin. The count is proud to represent logic and reasoning spectacular. Oh god. Alright, let's see his reasoning. With Pablo, moments ago you claimed the following. This has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricably linked to the victim's death. So we asked, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Quite naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? As I suspected, not a telltale glance. Without a doubt, your friend is the real thing, serpent we see before us. Yet, the fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observation on the night question tell of a speckled band, but regrettably, the specimen markings don't fit the description in any way. What explanation can we then give, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? No, don't look at me. This has nothing to do with me. Any of this. Okay, what did you pull out? No. But it does. You have the answer to this quandary, even now hidden behind your back. Oh. Yes, that's what you are trying, but failing. Conceal can only be snake's slouched skin. Apparently, after the subtle and horrible crime, This most deadly friend of yours. She has original skin? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator invisible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door, using the bell cord on the wardrobe. Bell cord on the other side as a bridge. The serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake. Markings change each time it lost skin. Oh, interesting. I mean, at least he has a sound argument to make. A snake so dreadful, you can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. The beloved speckled a snake. How Mr. Asogi died. Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter, the grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life, and why? According to the data, of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Ah. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can all be explained by a terrible venom. No, that's where you're wrong. Now, if we take that as a fact, can reasonably imagine that there were remains evidence to affirm formulated crime or the scene of crime. Oh no, could there be? Yes, examination of the deceased body will prove cause of death conclusively. It's almost, but not quite. But not quite imperceptible. Perceptible. Puncture wounds left by the venomous fang will seal the truth, but they are not, right? Yes, the vestige of the snake were delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense. There's no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right, you hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in the traveling case. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that the case moved periodically. The serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't. It is telling that the victim made note of the low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend? To train? Indeed, you put the serpent through the ventilator and wait. After a period, you summoned it back with a whistle. You couldn't know the animal had done its duty, so you would listen to signs of life next door. The rig appeared not to have been dispatched. You'd release the snake once more. Okay, what the fuck is this? Some kind of a boomerang? Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true. Transferred through the ventilator and down the bell cord. Creature needed only to sink its fang in once again. Okay, my man. There were any fang marks on the neck or anywhere. Only a broken neck. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending this existence forever. that is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. Or you are completely wrong. There can be no doubt, my logic is infallible. Said no one ever. Not even him. Well, he did just say it, but you know. I think it is right, but it's not. This thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of the speckled band. Alright. It's always strange to pet Snake as a killing machine. I don't think so. There, on the floor, you will observe the source of milk. Promise, food is key. Training any creature. Or just to keep the animal alive? I mean, what are you talking about, mate? He's some kind of I mean, his reasoning is not wrong, right? But his deduction is quite bad. You can make anything sound really terrible if you just make it sound terrible, right? Incredible. Solved the mystery. No, he did not. Leonosuke, come on, man. Amazing. The great deduction really lives up to its name. No, it does not. Do you know why? Sherlock Holmes has become such a household name. I mean, we literally proved his deductions wrong 2 times already. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. How did you know? Would I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course, what's on your mind? Just about your deduction before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. Well, I welcome questions as to my method, and I will answer both loudly and proudly. Oh, well, we can start off with the victim body, right? The post-mortem report. It's simply that there are no marks or any kind of bite marks or fang marks or any kind of venom has entered the victim's body. Snakes are egg-laying creatures of the reptile family. Well informed, madam. And reptiles, don't drink milk. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. Yeah. It's true. Also, it would be kinda interesting to see a snake drink milk. Even though I've never seen a snake drink anything besides water in documentaries or any kind of videos. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No doubt, Mr. Pavlova, with some other treat to encourage your pet to do her bidding. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds? Not really. Well, there's something else. Snakes have no ears. Yes, but I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. But madam, what of the tales of Arabia? Wait, are you coming here with fucking tales? Tales are only tales for a reason. Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sound of the flute? I would say it's mostly not to do with the sound, but mostly with the flute, how it's moving. And it tries to mimic it in a way. I think the performance player play the music in time with the snake's natural movement. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears. The creatures are so inept as we practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. There's one other thing. just use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves. So, I'm not really sure that the snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in cabins. Then you should try hard. Okay, what the fuck? I mean, try harder. Yes, if you could fly, yeah, try harder. Keep on flailing your arms around. Someday you might be able to fly. Please, don't be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. Point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator to the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine a snake could have had a part in this. Damn, he got owned. He got owned, man. Better hang the title of Great Detective on the wall. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruto. I can't believe he's saying help again, even though he did everything wrong. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions, turn them into the great ones as they ought to be. But he's a fraud. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. This is what I was waiting for. Is it Naruto? Yes, right. So cast the ice down to your wrists again. What? You've done it again? The handcuffs are gone? Yes, they are. They are gone. Where did they go? Fear not, I shall see they are restored after our work is done. I wish you to leave them off. Now everyone, let us begin. Sherlock Holmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Modified. Course correction, hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Time to make it up. Time to, I guess, fix his deduction. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Aching heart smarts with pain? She does have a pained expression on her face. Yes, that's true. It looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly. Exactly, did. Would there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment. I really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Damn, the more I talk, the worse it gets for me. She really does look troubled. Yes, it's hard to believe she's putting that expression on Pulas. Very close. I mean, she's also 15 years old, so yeah, there's not much she could, you know, hide. It's almost like she's actually staring at something. And what? Think. There's something physically causing her pain. You should have a closer look. Claw marks? Scratch marks? Looks like a very painful wound. Looks like a scratch made by some kind of animal, small animal. I found it recently too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. I mean, it's right here. You can see it. It's a cat. It is a cat. Huh. Alright. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, their claws scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact received that scratch sometime last night. When I think about it, the young man who died next door, I feel so sad. When I'm sad, the pain from his wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidence is inextricably linked to the victim's death. So we ask, what was the nature of this intruder who stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Why naturally, he was the friend with which you boarded the vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected. Not a telltale glance. No, not really, no. Without a doubt, your friend is really the serpent we see before us. No, it's not. It's not that. It's likely the scratch marks on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except, snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands, feet, or feet on which claws might grow. Well then, the snake isn't her pet. What is it? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? To follow her gaze, not her son. That's where we find the answer. I mean, I already found it, so it's not really right here. Ah, look, at the photograph in this frame. But something Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. Exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? Yes, that's true. But personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova is cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. Could play with you, couldn't it? Hey? Huh? What does it mean? Not Odo-san, for the blackest outfit. A black kitten. And from the look of it, this picture, at least Miss Pavlova seemed very attached to it. Without a doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, there's a scratch on the back of your hand, mate. Makes that abundantly clear. Oh no. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. And yet that face leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observation on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas regrettably, the specimen markings don't fit the description in any way. What explanation can we then give Pray, what was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? Well, it was definitely, maybe a toy with a kitten around. Don't look at me. It doesn't have to do with any of this. But it does. You have the answer to this quandary, even now hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying but failing to conceal can only be... No, it's not snakeskin. No, it's not. Just took that something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would have ever known. Yes. Oh yes, always like that. Sherlock Holmes, Mr. Sholmes' speciality. Never so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was his specialty, or maybe making me believe there was a ploy, too. Anyway, I find hard to believe that the skin of a snake In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? Yeah, it's not really. Well, it's speckled, and it's a band, but what is it? It's only soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And it looks like a handle at one end. I think maybe a cat's toy? This is sort of common in the West, apparently. How is this a toy? How is that a toy for cats? I like to chase a band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love it. Kittens in particular love it. Love that sort of play. You don't need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. Cat's toy. Yes, the thing you are trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy. Precisely into the true nature of the now infamous speckled band. And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around. I presume naturally the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? Buddy boy, they can. The only one answer to it that after her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin. Miss Pavlova attempted to use the speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is with some Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Daraka. A truly troublesome feline, young Daraka is proving to be. Must have been caged once found. Do forgive us for borrowing the photography of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Pavlova. Alright. And I'm losing my speech here. With all these words and names. It was after I gave her food. Her food last night. That's when it happened. I scratched the back of my hand and then ran up the bell cord. Before I could do anything. It disappeared through the ventilator. So naughty. Well, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life and why? According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there are no visible signs of injury. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the terrible venom. Okay. There were no signs of a wound anywhere on Kazuma-sama's body. That's right. But Mr. Shaw seemed to be unaware of one very important detail. Kazuma wasn't poisoned. Yes, it would seem so. Let's give him the information he's missing now. Let's see where it was. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by the post-mortem report. But yes, I knew it was one or the other. His neck was... Indeed, the breaking of the cervical vertebrae is fatal. Why did Goliath strong enough to survive that? He-Man Stroganoff isn't some immortal freak, you know? Yes, he's also not some kind of giant. The jury's out. Anyway, we have on good authority that the victim's neck was broken. Now, if we take that as a fact, I can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it. Scene of crime. Oh no, could there be... Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of the death conclusively. Cause of that because his neck was broken. In other words, he was probably struck by something. Or someone. Yes, that's a distinct possibility. As of yet, no weapon has been found though. Presumably, Parker didn't secretly creep up behind Kazuma and deal with the fatal blow, yes. There's no way. I suppose. It's possible that he had a fall and hit the ground awkwardly. It could have been a terrible act of misfortune that he broke his neck completely by accident. Come on. Kazuma is not that dumb, right? There's no way. He's a martial artist as well. He literally swings a sword. Or more like he swung a sword before, you know, he died. Ah yes, the bad fall could explain it. It's rather hard to believe of Kazuma Samada. He wasn't a clumsy man. He had confidence. He was the definition of confidence itself. Well, we need to fix this deduction somehow. Is there anything from the scene that could explain what happened? Yes, an examination of the mark on the floor will prove the cause of the death conclusively. This particular mark, so prominently visible next to the victim's body, is the deposit of a shoe polish. Shoe polish, indeed, positively identified by a little analysis device I constructed, which I carry now as a matter of course. Beeswax, tallow, and dye were my results. The undeniable ingredients of shoe polish. And the color of the polish is a perfect match to the color of Mr. Asogi's laced leather shoes. Look at this mark. Not hard to imagine what happened. For some reason, Mr. Asogi must have caught his foot at the point on the floor and tripped. Please, no. And by the dreadful turn of misfortune caught his neck against some unmovable object as he fell to the floor, suffering a fatal blow to the spine, and the victim's vertebrae shattered, and in that instant he lost his life. I don't know. I don't know anything about this. Not really true, Miss Pavlova. What of the evidence left at the scene? Where Mr. Asogi lost his life. Yes, the facts are clear as day to me. You did all but to conceal the incriminating evidence. But now your involuntary plans betrays the hiding place you choose. I don't believe it. How someone merely tripped over and now it's no more? It can't be true. If rules to accept it, and now it's hard to believe. But the mark on the floor does seem to suggest it. That's what happened. If this part of Mr. Shaw's deduction is right, Miss Pavlova was trying to hide some evidence that would prove it. Here in this cabinet, somewhere in the direction that she cast her eyes. Where, I wonder. Have a good look around. The answer must be somewhere. Yara? I think it'll be Yara, right? It wasn't a snake after all. No, it was that little kitten she calls Darka. Not that it's anywhere to be seen now. It seems to have let itself out of the case and gone exploring. I expect it to wrap itself around someone's head, somewhere trying to make a new friend. Did that old scratch in the hand to pieces? Where has it gone to? This is a waste of paper basket. Perhaps all the first class cabins have them. This Pablo only started occupying this cabin late last night. Presumably there's not much rubbish in there. There's a bell. A broken piece of glass, isn't it? Yes, it is. And I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Looks familiar. But more than your mind. If they're playing tricks on you. No, that was definitely something else. That's right. You hit the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that waste paper basket. Here we have a fragment of some intricate glass object. It would seem one that has a familiar air, in fact. Precisely, we found another piece of broken glass on the floor in Mr. Osugi's cabin. And as you can see, two pieces fit together perfectly. Now, Miss Pavlova, shall we consider that this tells us why would it be that part of this glass object, which was evidently broken, the scene of the victim's death, could be found in the waste paper basket in your cabin? You're well acquainted with this glass bell, are you not? I don't know. In that harsh Russian accent of yours won't save you this time, dear girl. Why? Because we have conclusive evidence linking you to the bell in question. What? Take it away, Senator Hodo. Yes. The evidence linking Miss Pavlova and the glass bell, that would be... I think... yes, that's the evidence. My dear fellow, that evidence, yeah, that's not it, no. That's one of the trademark dismissal would say. To do the honors, young lady. I don't know. Yeah, that was clear cut, not. No, it says for really quite simple, but then there's nothing more deceptive than the obvious. Yes. Oh, there's more, I forgot. You look at the photograph, you clearly see it, hanging from Darka's collar. I forgot that you can scroll through the right. The very glass bell. Question. The truth has caught up with you, Miss Pavlova. young man who lost his life last night did so after a truly inauspicious fall. And the cause of that fateful stumble. Your absent feline friend, Darka. I couldn't tell anyone. I'm sorry. Sorry of what happened to your friend. Oh my god, you're really deaf, tripping over a cat? Please don't tell me that happened this way. Just to save the cat, he died. For this. Okay. Why don't you tell us now, Pavlova? Tell us exactly what happened last night. It was a little after 1 in the morning. It was so late, but I hadn't had time to defeat Darka, so I gave her some food. And then, all of a sudden, she touched me and jumped out of my hands. People do say that cats become very anxious and nervous in new environments. She was so fast, she disappeared through the ventilator before I could stop her. Is that how you acquired the rather nasty wound? Nasty wound? Back of your hand, I take it. Yes, and I had read the rules on the wall, and I knew that I was not allowed to Darka with me. Yes, modern science suggests that animals can carry infectious precaution, really. So I listened and listened, trying to hear if there was some noise in the next cabin. It was very quiet. I was sure if someone was there, it must be sleeping. But at that point, you thought it's safe. Try to lure the kitten back again by dangling the end of the toy through the ventilator into an adjoining cabin. Tucker always lost his toy. It didn't work. Nothing worked. I tried using a favorite toy. I tried whistling to her softly, but nothing. She didn't turn. Not a faint whistling sound Pavlova wrote about in his diary was Miss Pavlova trying to retrieve her pet. Pets have a propensity to remain hidden in the shadows when frightened. Yes, so there was nothing else I could do. I just had to wait until she had calmed down. But then... I nearly passed out with the shock. I heard her cry out, and then... oh, such a dreadful bang. And afterwards, nothing. It was totally silent. The other one was... on appearance, brown mark on the floor. Like it, what you heard was the victim stepping on the glass bell and tripping up. Glasswood is a large vessel, but she can pitch a roll violently without warning. If Mr. Asugi was already off balance as a result of the ship lurching, I guess, when the kitten got under his feet. A combination of unfortunate factors could easily have caused him to fall over. But what became of the kitten afterwards? In the end, I managed to get her to come back through the ventilator. Yet Darka's nowhere to be seen. I must have forgotten to lock my case, and now she's disappeared again. Gracious, that cat is insufferable, restless as I am. Well, he knows something about himself at least. When I woke this morning, I heard the young man in the cabin next to mine had died, but I couldn't bring myself to tell anyone what had happened. I was so scared. Scared that they would send me back. Oh. Oh, hold on a minute. What about the snake? You're right. Where is it? Snake isn't your friend, Miss Pavlova. Then whose is it? Where did it come from? What on earth is such a dangerous creature on this board doing on this board? On the ship? Board on the ship? What? Oh, I didn't say. Thanks, my friend. Anyways, Hirosko. Nice. Could have said that. The snack belongs to you. I escaped from a cage when the emergency alarm sounded. I was looking for him. I didn't expect to find him in here. How did that snake get into this cabin? But animals are not permitted on board. He gets sea for 1 year. You want to be so long without a close friend? With someone who understands? Wouldn't you find someone a little more human who understands you better? But my dear burly fellow, a gargantuan venomous snake, surely you can appreciate the danger you're putting everyone in. No, venom. Pirosco does not have venom. He's harmless, very long, but very gentle. He's adorable, like Granny. It's venomous? Yes. Now he's hungry, so he's in a bad mood. But once I feed him, you will see big smile. And you feed him what? Milk, I suppose? Mate. Like they say, milk chickens, ridiculous. Snakes that drink milk are only in stupid forests. Pirosco eats mouses. Big fat round mouses. Oh, so? Is that what the mouse trap in the passageway out there is for? Of course. How else can I catch my friend's favorite food? Yeah, but what if the ship doesn't have any mouses? What are you gonna do then? Gotta catch some fish from aboard the ship? Maybe. Maybe you can with the rod or something? With the fishing rod. Nothing says top of the food chain like a look in the eyes right now. I refuse to drink milk. I can't hear a whistle. I can't climb up a bell cord, and it's not even venomous. How did something so inept land the starring role? It's not my fault. I don't make up stories. My Pirosco has nothing to do with this incident. So that's what happened. That's true behind my friend. My best friend's tragic death. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of disappointing. It sucks. But at the same time, he might have saved the cat. I hope, at least. Saved the cat, but... well, tripping and dying. I mean, I hope it's not the real case here, but if so, well... things gonna be coming down this way, huh? Pavlova. I understand the difficult situation you found yourself in, and I do sympathize. But please remember this. A young man lost his life. If you're going to attempt to cover up your guilt with lies, then no matter what circumstance, I cannot forgive you. But what are you talking about, Miss Nikotova? Spotlight, Miss Pavlova just confessed everything. It was just a series of unfortunate events, an accident. I think there's more to it. Was there more things like a dying message? Or, yeah, a dying message essentially. Why is this there? I'm no great detective like Mr. Sholmes. I have a gift for knowing the truth. But even I can see that it was not the truth. Don't you agree, Sir Naruhodo? Or like Naruhodo-san? To be perfectly honest, yes. There's a discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story. I'm sure of it. I just can't quite put my finger on it. I confess, I was intending to let Scotland Yard deal with any outstanding issues on this matter. Oh. I am only present here for a very specific reason. The truth is due, Mr. Naruto-san, is simply a distraction. A distraction? I do hope you have been finding your shackles too uncomfortable. Not again, when did you do that? Especially as they are on your worst as a result of my intervention. It was rather hoping I could resolve matters before we made our next port call. You were Sholmes. Yes, but I overlooked one important detail. The deceased young man was a very close companion of yours. Was he not? Yes, Kazuma was my closest friend. I owed him my freedom, even. In that case, we must follow this to its conclusion. No further distractions, we must uncover the real truth here, Naruto-san, and yes, whatever that may be. The key to this is the discrepancy in Miss Pavlova's story, I'm sure. If we can chase that down, maybe truth will become clear. Truth about how you really died. About how that scene in your cabin really came to be. Alright, I see what I can do. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Naruto. So then, shall we begin? Yes. What we should ponder first? Everybody who lost his life in a cabin that was bolted shut from the inside. What? Was this truly an unfortunate accident, or was it in fact no accident at all? That is what we must establish in the first instance. We've already established it, haven't we? The meteorite overhitten had climbed into the cabin via the ventilator tragic, yes, but still an accident. Wait, let's just take a step back. Doesn't make sense if that's really what happened, does it? I'm going to have to ask you to spell it out for me, miss. I'm afraid, yes. It's starting to take shape here now. There's a clear contradiction between facts and Miss Pavlova's story here. The evidence right there in Kazuma's cabin is undeniable. Death couldn't possibly have been a mere accident. A mere accident. Really? Alright. Let us show our hand, Mr. Naruto. I'm Naruto-san. Time to present the evidence. And the proofs unequivocally, that the victim's death was no mere accident. What point are you trying to make with that evidence? Let's just see how Kazuma's death really happened. Oh. I think we started to see nothing of the sort. Oh, well, yeah, definitely. There was no accident. Then what should we be looking for is one of the things. Oh yeah, dying message, wait. Or the presence of something you wouldn't. Was compendiously. But, my dear madam. Ah, I see. I confess, you're rather languid. See, doesn't fill me with every confidence, Mr. Naruto-san, I guess, Naruto-san. I believe in you well more than Mr. Sholmes does anyway. Yes, it's starting to take shape now. There's a clear contradiction between the facts and Pablo's story here. Yes, it is. It's a dying message, right? It's right here, right? Truth. They recorded this photograph print. There's no way that Mr. Asugi's son could have left a message on the floor. That script. It's Russian, isn't it? Indeed it is. The word written means wardrobe. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Most people would leave a dying message in their native language, Japanese in this case, but maybe he was studying Russian. Okay, why would you study Russian? He wouldn't even touch Russian in the first place. Since he's going to London to study over there, not Russia. In a simple language, he could have picked it up very fast. It doesn't seem likely. That's actually not my point. I mean, at the point, it makes no difference whether he knew Russian or not. Sorry? What do you mean? Exactly what I said before. There's no way that Asugi-san could have left a message on the floor. And the reason why is clearly explained in here. Damage to the cervical vertebrae. Resulting in instant death. Instant death. I mean instant death? Instant death. Yes. Which means, after the victim fell to the floor, he couldn't possibly have written anything. Because he was already dead. That's not the only reason either. There's something else we found in Asugi-san's cabin. A remnant of something that couldn't possibly have been there if what his father told us was true. So Susato-san has noticed it too then. Putting the message on the floor aside, there's something else that gives us the truth away. And you know, I would say with that, it's also the best way where we can stop for today, you know? That's a good start where we could, you know, pick off later or another time, right? No, that's where we also stopped for today because it is that time of the day again, you know, where we stop all kinds of things, all kinds of things. Alright. As you can see, you know, the background also changed to the cabin. Maybe I haven't noticed it in the beginning, but I do now. But as always, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed, you know, the stream today. Today we did quite a lot. We finished Atelier Ryza 2, which was still a really good game, a good ending to everything. And also, then afterwards, so it's the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Maybe we'll get to the part next time where might find out how our friend Kazuma died. And now we are standing trial as a murderer. But we are not the murderer, definitely, right? Definitely not. But yeah, as always, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. As always, you know, the follow is always appreciated. Same goes for Twitter as well. I will always keep you guys updated on Twitter if I'm going live or not. And yeah, the next game we're gonna be playing, I have actually no idea what we're gonna play next. I have to see, so keep an eye on Twitter. So I might announce something, like what kind of game we're gonna be playing next. And yeah, also this, you know, all this, as always, you know, this playthrough, you know, Atelier Ryza 2 ending, and also the whole playthrough is also on the YouTube, so gonna be uploaded afterwards we are done with the stream. Same goes with, you know, the Ace Attorney, you know, the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles as well, gonna be uploaded to the YouTube. So if you want to check out my channel, my YouTube channel, you can do it also. And yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow with the new game. Or yeah, the new game or not the new game, we will see. But yeah, as always, thanks for watching, and you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow with a new, with another stream. So yeah, see you then.